This deck is inspired by the Zoo Warlock decks that play like Keleseth, they play their early game stuff, and then they play Bloodreaver Gul'dan on 10, and the Bloodreaver just kind of wins the game. We don't have anything as good as Bloodreaver Gul'dan, but we do have N'Zoth, and to pair with N'Zoth we have a few new Frozen Throne cards. We've got double Arrogant Crusader, which is the big reason that this is a Paladin deck, and then we've also got 2 copies of Vrygul. I think this card is just worse than Egg Napper, and I was playing Egg Napper originally, but this card is shiny and new, so I thought I would try it out. And then for a couple more aggressive Death Rattle minions, we have 2 Selfless Heroes. And of course, because we're Paladin, we're also playing Tyrian Fordring. So I think that brings us up to 7 Death Rattles. Currently there's 1 more Death Rattle in the deck. I'm playing a copy of Scalemancer, but I'm not sure how correct Scalemancer is. And this does kind of lead me into my next point. There are some competing interests in my deck right now, and I probably need to pick a direction to go in, but I'm so indecisive. We've got the Scalemancer, we've got a Spike Ridge Steed, we've got a Bone Mare. All of these cards make sense in the deck. But I'm also playing 2 copies of Divine Favor, and this is probably a little bit too much top end for Divine Favor. And even if this much top end is correct, it's probably wrong to be playing 1 of each of these. Surely at least 1 of these is better as a 2 of. So at some point I probably do need to decide between having a stronger mid to late game and having 2 Divine Favors, but I haven't decided yet. And I think I mentioned Keleseth already when I was talking about Zoo, but if it wasn't clear, we're playing Keleseth. We've got some Pirates to go with it because Patches is like the main reason that Keleseth is playable. I'm playing some Divine Shield synergy because there's a lot of 1 health stuff in this deck. We've got the Vrygul, and we've got some Pirates, and we've got an Acheris Veteran, the Hero Power, the Selfless Heroes. Like I said, I was originally playing Egg Napper over this garbage, and Egg Napper works with Steward of Darkshire too. And I think that covers most of the deck. We've also got a Barnes just because we have like 7 or 8 good Death Rattles, and sometimes we pull a Charger, which is pretty good too. And then even like Righteous Protector and Wicker Flame are good. So a lot of good Barnes targets. Also 2 copies of Blessing of Kings just because it's such a strong aggressive card. Notably, I'm not playing Southsea Captain, which might just be incorrect. Maybe that's just a better way to go than Steward of Darkshire. Or maybe if we commit to the Divine Favor list, we cut like a Bone Mare and a Scalemancer for 2 captains or something. Not really sure. But Southsea Captain is definitely a card to be looking at. It's also possible that along with the captains, we should just be playing Dread Corsairs and True Silver Champions, or at least 1 True Silver Champion. Have to cut a lot of stuff for that, but then at that point it's just aggro Paladin, you're probably better off cutting the N'Zoth. Which maybe you're better off cutting anyway, but that's no fun if we don't play N'Zoth in our aggro Paladin. So basically, to wrap things up, we're an aggressive Paladin deck, we have some aggressive Death Rattles like Selfless Hero and Arrogant Crusader. We use N'Zoth as our top end, and there's a Keleseth in the deck. I guess before we get into games, I should mention, I actually have a pretty decent win rate with the deck. I'm 15-8 currently. Turns out if you just play Keleseth on 2 and then beat their ass, any class can be pretty good.
Uther versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine. I will fight with honor.
This guy's on my friends list. But we will show him no mercy.
Why do you call?
Wow, I really don't want to play Corsair into that. I guess I'm just gonna pass and hold out for a good charge out of the Patches.
Why do you call?
I'm gonna start whacking these with Rallying Blade. I'm not sure if he's Zoo yet. I feel like Control Warlock probably would have tapped on 2 instead of playing a 1-3. So he's probably Zoo. Maybe not though. Okay. He's Zoo. Oh, there's Keleseth. Keleseth is good. Lets us bust through this, and it keeps our Patches alive. Which is very strong, obviously. Okay, he had the coil, which is a bummer. We can deal with that with Acheris Veteran, but it does kind of ruin our curve. Well, that helps. And we do need to deal with that, because Vicious Fledgling is very scary. Second coil down. At least it wasn't a Despicable Dreadlord. It was pretty strong too. I don't really have a good way to use the Skelemancer right now, so I'll just play a couple other dudes and hit him in the face. This taunt might force him to unstealth his Blood Imp, which could be nice, and it should soak a lot of damage out of the 5/5. Ooh, he's playing Karen Bloodhoof. My man's not messing around. Blessing of Kings. So we can hit him for 13 here. It's not a very good Divine Favor anyway, so I guess that's the play.
Reporting for duty.
I guess we play it on this one. Are we value trading or are we hitting him? I think I want to hit him. My board is pretty aggressive. Kind of expecting a Doomguard here, maybe? I guess Soulfire would be what he's hoping for. I feel like whatever he does is just not super clean here. I guess like Despicable Dreadlord, send the 5/3 into the 8/6, and then trade Karen into the 5/5 is okay. Pretty happy to see him discard a Doomguard there. Wow, that trade can't feel too good. I'm not sure where you trade here. Yeah, that only removes one less power than killing the 5/2. And it keeps your guy alive, obviously, so that probably makes sense. So if I hit him for 5, he goes down to 6. I'm not sure if Skelemancer is a big enough threat that he feels compelled to deal with it. It would be lethal if I drew the second Blessing of Kings or a Bone Mare. I think I'm going to go for the Skelemancer over the Barnes. I think this is somewhat questionable. But it's not like Barnes had any particularly great high roll in my deck right there. There's a lot of stuff in my deck that's just like, yeah, pretty good. But I don't think much that I could pull there other than Tyrion was like game breaking. Okay. Ooh, the Tar Creeper. Yeah, man, these Divine Favors, holy shit. Tyrion. Well, we get to make an Argent Squire, I guess. And I guess we pass. So he's showing 15. Oh, really? He tapped there. I guess he's planning on not leaving me with much on the board. Mindbreaker. I have some really good draws in my deck. That's a pretty good draw. So the best we can do is push 2 here, which would stop him from tapping. The unfortunate thing is, I'm pretty sure the card in his hand is Bloodreaver Gul'dan, given that he didn't play it last turn. Even after tapping, if it was Bone Mare, that would have come down. And I don't think anything I do beats Bloodreaver Gul'dan. So I guess we just pretend it doesn't exist.
Let me think.
I think the play is buff this guy and trade here. And then get a Divine Favor out of the hand, because at best it's drawing like 1 card this game. He did play 2 Voidwalkers this game, so he doesn't mind giving me the 8/8. Well, the demons he got back weren't very strong, and N'Zoth was the best draw in my deck by a lot. Oh, I just hit a 1/3 instead of a 1/4. Oops.
That is a mistake.
Hopefully he doesn't think that was a BM mistake.
Total corruption. Total power.
A lot of stats. Oh, the Mindbreaker's actually disabling his hero power, but he can trade it off pretty easily. It's a good Soulfire. Okay, trade there. Hero power there makes sense. Wonder if I'm gonna end up throwing this game because I killed the 1-3 instead of the 1-4. I guess I'm sending N'Zoth into it either way. Although yeah, I could have traded in Scalamancer here instead of N'Zoth. It's definitely a possibility. Do I want to trade off Scalamancer here? I guess we'll hit there to punish him for trading into the Divine Shield with his 1 power guy. I do think this game is slipping away though. Bloodreaver Gul'dan is just N'Zoth, except it gives you a broken hero power too. Oh wow, Bone Mare's lethal. So he's showing 14 here.
Back to your homes.
Reporting for duty.
We hit him for 8, he goes down to 7. At 7, if he doesn't kill my 1-1 Divine Shield and my Scalamancer, Bone Mare is still lethal. He's played both Soulfires and 1 Doomguard, I believe. I'm gonna hit him in the face, because I need to kill him soon, or I just lose to his hero power. And by soon, I mean I need to top deck Bone Mare for lethal next turn. Maybe Spike Ridge Steed would be good enough. Maybe Tyrion would help me get there. But I think we're on a Bone Mare draw. He can actually kill my 1-1 Divine Shield if he wants, but he has to trade off 2 dudes to do it. It doesn't leave him with much of a board. Bone Mare punish, easy. Oh, Rallying Blade does it too. Forgot about the buff on my guy. Oh man, that was actually a pretty good game. I made that one really stupid trade. Pretty good otherwise though.
Uther versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
I will fight with honor.
Taco-tastic. Well, let's try to find some 1-drops in Keleseth. Hit him with the 1-drop. I think I'll hero power instead of playing deckhand here. We can charge the deckhand for some surprise damage, especially since we have the Rallying Blade in hand already. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna Rallying Blade here, and we're gonna kill Thalnos with the weapon because we want to keep our stuff on board, and then next turn is hopefully gonna be Steward of Darkshire plus Southsea deckhand, which could be pretty damn strong. And even if he has the Shadow Word Horror, then we still get to keep our Steward of Darkshire. Alright, let's go for it. This is a lot of Divine Shields, and we get to hit him in the face pretty hard.
Is someone injured?
Okay. Pretty much anything other than a board clear I was happy to see here. And then we can play the Scalamancer next turn to punish any board clear he might come up with. And I think I might just ignore this Northshire Cleric and punch him in the face. We're definitely playing Scalamancer. So if we did want to kill Cleric, we would probably use like this Divine Shield and this weapon. I kind of just don't want to give up 5 damage to kill it. So I'm just going to go for the Scalamancer punish and then punch him in the face for, what, like 9 damage? For what it's worth, if that Cleric had 3 health instead of 5, I probably would have killed it. But it just seemed like so much more work when it had 2 extra health. Is that killing the Steward? Sure, that's fine. Add the silence. What a scumbag. Okay. So he committed the Potion of Madness to kill my Steward of Darkshire. Makes sense. If he didn't have that silence, we were in a really good spot here, but since he did have it, looking a little sketchier. But we had a decent amount of stuff for 6 mana here. I think it's almost certain we'll find a Bone Mare target for next turn, given the Death Rattle on our Arrogant Crusader. If we don't find the Bone Mare target, top deck the silence after he played the Vision one last turn. It's a bummer. Well, we still got our Bone Mare target. That's what counts. Do we even play Bone Mare though? We probably do want to kill Auchenai, so we could trade off and then just play these two guys. These two guys are pretty big. These two guys actually threaten lethal with Bone Mare if he doesn't heal, which is kind of a big if. I think I like playing the smaller guys here. Bone Mare is like pretty much always good. I mean, not always. If we don't have a board, it's not good. But there's definitely a point in this game where these slower Death Rattle minions lose their relevance.
Not all who wander are lost.
Prophet Velen coin binding heal, it looks like. That heals for 10. 10's a lot. Can we ever just avoid killing Prophet Velen here? It's really expensive to kill it. We have to like Bone Mare into it. How do we really get punished by Prophet Velen? Like, yeah, he heals for 2 extra with his hero power. I guess Spirit Lash is the big punish. Has to be exactly Spirit Lash though. Playing Bone Mare and going face is almost exactly the same against Anduin. We're just gonna hit him. We put a lot of power on board here. We actually only have 13 if he just trades Velen into the Arrogant Crusader. But 13 is a lot. That attack makes me think it's probably an Anduin coming down here. Oh, Dragonfire Potion makes sense too, I guess. Give me something good. That is something good. And then we obviously punch him in the face instead of trading, because if we trade, his face takes less damage. Holy Smite. We need 1 damage. We have a lot of cards in the deck that deal 1 damage. That is one of them. We got there. Man, that Steward of Darkshire into Southsea Deckhand, that was dope.